It's not just Democrat and Republican, left and right. You can dive down in that Civil War into deeper levels where we have basically the deep state is fighting back against President Trump, the loyal people in his administration, and the American people. The child pedophilia and the elites in the Washington, D.C., is that what we're really going to see come out? Is it true? Is the type of corruption we're going to see come out? Is it going to be satanic worship that possibly all these people are involved in?
A lot of people agree. I have done more for the African American community than any president, with the exception of Abraham Lincoln.
Fulton County is one of the most corrupt counties in the entire country. Atlanta is very similar to Chicago, and people with history and knowledge of politics need to understand what that means. Obama came out of Chicago. Many corrupt politicians came out of Chicago.
There's possible satanic worship, and maybe that all these scary things that people talk about on what's considered conspiracy sites and conspiracy theories really may be true. How do you get avid gun owners and people that support the Second Amendment to give up their guns and go along with anti-gun legislation? Maybe you accomplish that by performing a mass shooting into a crowd that is very likely to be conservative, very likely to vote Republican, very likely to be Trump supporters, very likely to be pro-Second Amendment, and very likely to own guns. Is that what happened in Las Vegas? Is that why the country music festival was targeted?
The black people are so much on my side now because they see what's happening to me happens to them.
African Americans to Trump, call it whatever the hell you want.
You see black people walking around with my mugshot.
I love the black community, and I've done more for the black community than any other president.
I'm being indicted for you, the black population.
I love these guys. Look at these guys. Blacks for Trump. I love you.
Black people really like
Many in our government are actively worshiping Satan. There's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to take this global cable of Satan-worshiping pedophiles out. And I think we have the president to do it.
Are you prepared to fight? Are you prepared to give it all? Are you prepared to leave it all on the battlefield? Ladies and gentlemen, it's very simple. Victory or death. Victory or death. Victory or death. Victory or victory or death. Victory or death or death. Victory or death. Victory or death. Victory or death.
Of all days to read that with my neck, there it is.
So a little before debate time, he gets a shot in the ass. He gets a shot in the ass. So a little before debate time, he gets a shot in the ass. He gets a shot in the ass. The ass. The ass. The ass. The ass. He'll come out. I say he'll come out all jacked up, right? All jacked up. Another Green News scam. Let's build a windmill on every corner. A windmill that doesn't work. Darling, I'd like to watch television. I'm sorry the wind isn't blowing tonight. You think of it as an ancient thing, but you know what made it almost as big as the drug dealing stuff? Drug dealing stuff. You know what it was? The drug dealing stuff. Drug dealing stuff. You know what it was? 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 Drug dealing stuff. Drug dealing stuff. You know what it was? You know what it was? You know what it was?
Of all days to read that.
You know what it was? The internet. It's made it massive. I told Dana White of UFC, I said, here's what we're going to do. You know, these are tough rookies coming into our country. He's coming with prisons and mental institutions. I said to Dana White, the UFC, he's got a big fight going on right now. It's a good friend of mine. You know what he said the other day? 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 They said, who's the toughest person you've ever met? He said, definitely Donald Trump. But I said, Dana, I have an idea for you to make a lot of money. You're going to go and start a new migrant fight league. Migrants, only migrants. And then at the end of the year, the champion migrant is going to fight your champion. And I hate to tell you, Dana, I think the migrant might win. That's how tough they are. They're all gone. We had the safest country ever. Kim Jong-un liked Trump. He liked Trump. Got along with him good. But you know that if I hadn't taken in, your skin would not look so good. And you would have bitten me, but why? You bit me. Why did you bite me? Please, please, tell me why? Why did you bite me? You know your bite is poisonous, and now I'm going to die. Shut up, silly woman, said the reptile with a grin.
So completely offensive.
You knew damn well I was a snake before I took you in. And that's happening at our border. You see? And that's happening at our border. You see? And that's happening at our border. You see? Belgium is a beautiful city. We're now the largest energy producer in the entire world, bigger than Soviet Union. Formerly. Remember the Soviet Union when it was all together? The Soviet Union when it was all together, before they decided we got to call ourselves Russia.
That is one way of looking at it.
Belgium is a beautiful city. Russia.
Russia used to be the Soviet Union. Afghanistan made it Russia because they went bankrupt fighting in Afghanistan.
Russia. And literally they went bankrupt. They went into being called Russia again as opposed to the Soviet Union. You know, a lot of these places you're reading about now are no longer part of Russia. Belgium is a beautiful city. Russia. Belgium is a beautiful city. But you know that if I hadn't taken in, your skin would not look so good, and you would have bitten me, but why? You bit me. Why did you bite me? Please, please, tell me why? Why did you bite me?
But you know that if I hadn't taken in, your skin would not look so good, and you would have bitten me, but why? You bit me. Why did you bite me? Please.
He can kiss my ass. Frankly, he can kiss my ass. He can kiss my ass. He can kiss my ass. Frankly, he can kiss my ass. He can kiss my ass. really don't care what David Cameron has to say. I think that's rude name-calling, and I don't appreciate that type of language. And David Cameron needs to worry about his own country, and frankly, he can kiss my ass. He can kiss my ass. Frankly, he can kiss my ass. He can kiss my ass.
I need a rebuttal to that. You cannot accuse me of insurrection. I was a victim of the January 6th riot just as much as any other member of Congress. That was the third day I had on the job. I had nothing to do with what happened there that day, and I will not have you accuse me of that. That is wrong of you to do. You're lying about me, and you will not defame my character. I'll scream and scream and scream until I'm sick that I can. I'll scream and scream and scream until I'm sick that I can.
The Democrat Party is the party of child abuse. It's the party that represents grooming children and sexualizing them in school.
Teaching anti-white racism in the terms of CRT education and genital mutilation of kids.
Kids that can't even get a driver's license.
Can't get a tattoo and cannot vote. How do you stand there and represent the Democrat Party as a father?
And do you believe in genital mutilation
of children under the age of 18? And these puberty blockers. I'll give you one more chance to hear me after.
Here's the deal. If this generation doesn't stand up and defend freedom, it's gone. And once it's gone, freedom doesn't come back by itself. The only way you get your freedoms back is it's earned with the price of blood.
We can't be too busy or too complacent or too worried about offending someone anymore. Otherwise, I'm out for good. Out. I'm not being humiliated in this place. You know, I am the star, and I should be treated like that absolutely all the time. Okay, hit it, Joe.
Voting Republican straight down your ballot, or you're going to vote for socialism and vote to completely
end America as we know it. And this is no joke. They do not want you to be able to defend yourself. Because if you can defend yourself, guess what? Then you can stop a tyrannical government. Will you be quiet up there? I'm the person. Because if you can defend yourself, guess what? Then you can stop a tyrannical government. Will you be quiet up there? I'm the person. I'll scream and scream and scream until I'm sick. I'll scream and scream and scream until I'm sick that I can. I'll give you one more chance, you hear me?
The Democrat Party is the party of child abuse.
I'll give you one more chance, you hear me?
Lena, honey, you come back to me.
I'll give you one more chance, you hear me after? Otherwise, I'm out for good. Out. I'm not being humiliated in this place. You know, I am the star, and I should be treated like that absolutely all the time. Okay, hit it, Joe.
He can kiss my ass. Frankly, he can kiss my ass.
Lena, honey, you come back to me.
I'll give you one more chance, you hear me after?
He can kiss my ass.
Frankly, he can kiss my ass. 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 Frankly, he can kiss my ass. He can kiss my ass.
The Democrat Party is the party of child abuse.
I'm the person. Otherwise, I'm out for good. Out. I'm not being humiliated in this place. You know, I am the star, and I should be treated like that absolutely all the time. Okay, hit it, Joe.
And there was nothing but wrong with protesting the election on January 6th. And any Democrat, that's right, and any Democrat and any person from the mainstream media and anyone that wants to continue to shame us for January 6th can go to hell.
Why don't you fuck off?
Go to hell. They stole the election.
Why don't you fuck off? Why don't you fuck off?
Go to hell. They stole the election.
Why don't you fuck off?
I don't have a guitar. Nothing. I stand up here by myself. Terrible.
Fuck off.
Go to hell.
Why don't you fuck off?
They stole the election.
Why don't you fuck off?
Go to hell.
J6.
Why don't you fuck off? Why don't you fuck off?
Go to hell.
J6.
Why don't you fuck off? Why don't you fuck off?
J6.
Why don't you fuck off? Why don't you fuck off?
Go to hell. They stole the election.
Why don't you fuck off?
J6. J6.
They stole the election.
J6.
They stole the election.
J6.
The federal government should never be weaponized against the people and set up honeypots and traps to draw people in and actually take part in making these people commit crimes and then framing the people to set up a narrative against a president. It's wrong. And I believe that's what happened on January 6th. And I believe that's what happened on January 6th. And I believe that's what happened on January 6th.
Why don't you fuck off? Go to hell.
Why don't you fuck off? Why don't you fuck off?
Go to hell. They stole the election.
Why don't you fuck off? Why don't you fuck off? Why don't you fuck off?
Go to hell.
Why don't you fuck off?
They stole the election.
Why don't you fuck off?
Go to hell. They stole the election.
Why don't you fuck off? Why don't you fuck off?
Go to hell.
I have great respect for the UK, United Kingdom. Great respect.
Why don't you fuck off? Why don't you fuck off?
Go to hell. Go to hell. They stole the election.
Why don't you fuck off?
People call it Britain, they call it Great Britain, they used to call it England, different parts. But the UK, great respect.
Why don't you fuck off? Why don't you fuck off?
Go to hell.
What some people say is Great Britain, and some people remember a word you don't hear too much is the word England, which is a piece of it.
Why don't you fuck off? Why don't you fuck off?
Go to hell.
Why don't you fuck off? Why don't you fuck off?
Britain, they call it Great Britain, they call it Britain, they call it Great Britain.
They stole the election.
They used to call it England, different parts. But the UK, great respect.
They stole the election.
And I believe that's what happened on January.
Just this week it was reported that an illegal thing, and you just look at this, what's happening.
No, I don't need your answer. No, I don't need your answer.
Now, I don't use it. I mean, I think it's terrible, but I just say, from a common sense, is it ridiculous? I'm always embarrassed when I say, and I will stop men from playing in women's play. Who the hell would care?
No, I don't need your answer.
We should be doing right now, today, we should be voting to impeach Joe Biden because of the invasion of the United States. Oh, but no, none of that is happening up here in Washington, D.C. because Republicans continually have their head up their ass and can't figure out how to actually use the power that the people gave us. This is a new time in America.
Zero drug problem.
No, I don't need your answer.
Zero
No, I don't need your answer.
drug problem. Zero drug problem. Zero.
No, I don't need your answer. No, I don't need your answer.
They understand strength, and it'll all stop. You know, when I met with President Xi of China, I said, do you have a drug problem? No, we have no drug problem. Quick trial. I said, tell me about a quick trial. When they catch the seller of drugs, right, the purveyor of drugs, they immediately give them, the drug dealers, they immediately give them a trial. It takes one day. Within one day, that person is executed. They execute the drug dealers. They have zero drug problem.
And your science here, your science is displayed perfectly in this picture where children in school were put in plastic bubbles because of your science, your repulsive, evil science. Do you think that's appropriate? Do the American people deserve to be abused like that, Mr. Fauci? Because you're not doctor, you're Mr. Fauci in my few minutes. No, I don't need your answer.
Zero drug problem.
No, I don't need your answer.
Zero.
No, I don't need your answer.
Drug problem. Zero. Drug problem. Zero.
This is an important time in our history. We can't allow this just to be gone, just to let it go. You can't allow it to just transfer power peacefully like Joe Biden wants and allow him to become our president. because he did not win this election. It's being stolen and the evidence is there.
Shut up! Shut up!
Why did the president help incite the riot that killed 5 people at the Capitol?
And we won the House, but we won every single state house, and we won Congress. So, look, all I want to do is this. I just want to find 11,780 votes. So what are we going to do here, folks? I only need 11,000 votes. Fellas, I need 11,000 votes. Give me a break. The other thing, dead people. So dead people voted. And I think the number is in the close to 5,000 people.
The president said in the call that 5,000 Georgians voted in the name of dead people.
Right. Well, it was 2. 2 dead.
2,000?
No, 2.
Loser! You're a loser! Are you feeling sorry for yourself? Well, you should be, because you are dirt! You make me sick!
And I have the wounds all over my body.
Loser!
If I took this shirt off, you'd see a beautiful, beautiful...
You're a loser!
...person. But you'd see wounds all over me. I've taken a lot of wounds, I can tell you.
Sick!
More than I suspect any president ever.
Loser! You're a loser! You are dirt! You make me sick!
Loser.
What a fucking dumb cunt! What a fucking dumb! What a fucking dumb cunt! What a fucking dumb cunt!
18,000 voters, having to do with Ruby Freeman. She's a vote scammer, a professional vote scammer and hustler. Ruby Freeman. That was the tape that's been shown all over the world that makes everybody look bad. And Brad, why did they put the votes in 3 times? You know, they put them in 3 times.
The president, they did not put that. We did an audit of that, and we proved conclusively that they were not scanned 3 times.
Ruby Freeman is in hiding because of threats. Death threats that Sterling says other election workers are also receiving.
It's more illegal for you than it is for them, because you know what they did and you're not reporting it. That's a criminal offense. And you can't let that happen. That's a big risk to you and to Ryan, your lawyer. That's a big risk. So tell me, Brad, what are we going to do? We won the election, and it's not fair to take it away from us like this. And it's going to be very costly in many ways.
When you heard those words, what did you think? Very costly.
I heard the threat. I don't know what that meant exactly, but it wasn't going to move me off center.
But I mean, all of this stuff is very dangerous stuff. When you talk about no criminality, I think it's very dangerous for you to say that.
What's your relationship with God like, and how do you pray?
Okay, so I think it's good. I do very well with the evangelicals. I love the evangelicals. And I have more people saying they pray for me. I can't even believe it. And they are so committed, and they're so believing. They say, sir, you're going to be okay. I pray for you every night. I mean, everybody, almost, I can't say everybody, but almost everybody that sees me, they say it. It's such a beautiful thing. You know what's a beautiful thing, too?
When you look at all this bad stuff going on, you know what's a beautiful thing too? When you look at all this bad stuff going on, when you look at all this bad stuff going on, they have nothing to look up to. They have no God. They have no anything. They kill people, they beat people, they push people into subways, kill people, they beat people, they push people into subways, they kill people, they beat people, they push people into subways. There's just nothing there. Nothing there. I can't even believe it.
I have a better education than them. I'm smarter than them. I went to the best schools they did. Much more beautiful house, much more beautiful apartment, much more beautiful everything.
And then Mr. Trump began to yell at me. He told me I had shit for brains. He referred to me as the C word.
Bullshit, 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 bullshit. We have to bring back the death penalty.
Shit for brains.
Death penalty.
Shit for brains.
Bring it forth. Bullshit, 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 bullshit.
Shit for brains.
I'd like to punch him in the face.
Shit for brains.
I'd like to punch him in the face.
Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. I'd like to
punch him in the face.
Bang. He deserted. You know, in the old days when we were a strong country, it would be
shit for brains.
God.
The spies in the old days used to be executed.
And it goes quickly, right? It's called.
You're dead. Treason. It's treason. You don't even hear that word. It's treason. You know, in the old days, boom, firing squad.
Oh, it's true.
Shit for brains.
I'd like to punch him in the face.
Shit for brains.
I'd like to punch him in the face.
Shit for brains.
I'd like to punch him in the face.
When we were strong.
Shit for brains.
Some countries have a very, very...
Shit for brains.
They don't have a big drug problem in China. They have a thing called the death penalty. In China, you sell drugs, it's death. It's a death penalty. I said, Mr. President, do you have a drug problem? No. I said, how? Big country, 1.4 billion people, right? How much of a drug problem? I said, what do you attribute that?
Shit for brains.
Oh, death penalty. We give death penalty.
One point, and you described it earlier, he discussed his plans to bring the tax rate down from the corporate tax rate down from 21% to 20%. And apparently, at some point in the meeting, was asked about why he had chosen 20%, and he said, "Well, it's a round number."
Would you declassify the 9/11 files?
Yeah.
Would you declassify JFK files?
Yeah.
Would you declassify the Epstein files?
I think that less so because, you don't know. You don't want to affect people's lives if it's phony stuff in there because there's a lot of phony stuff with that whole...
Well, it's a round number.
But I think I would.
Stock rocket beneficiaries. A lot of renovation, pivotal Obama and ICE officers. Suspected as police officers.
Well, it's a round number.
Need diversity. They're criminal. Look, wait.
To be a sanctuary, reciprocity, embassies in Kenya and Tanzania.
Despite these obstacles, Karen, bipartisan solutions. Our army manned the airport. Man 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 the airport. It ran the ramparts. It took over the airports and the combat infantry. Then they sacrificed every day for the furniture, pivotal furniture, Obama furniture, the diversity furniture, pivotal furniture, furniture, diversity furniture, furniture.
It took over the airports and the combat infantry. Then they sacrificed every day. They sacrificed every day. They sacrificed every day. Sacrificed every day.
For the furniture.
This guy, he is a master of projection. Everything he says about somebody else, whether it's a judge in the courtroom, a witness, a juror, a member of Congress, a woman, an opponent in an election. Everything he says is a projection of his own shortcomings. So if we're going to do psychoanalysis of him, I think we have to have him in person in front of some healthcare professionals. But I do wish there would be an intervention from his family, that the Republican Party would have an intervention. They have become a cult to a thug.
Furniture, pivotal furniture, Obama, the diversity, furniture, pivotal furniture, furniture, diversity, furniture, furniture, the diversity, furniture, pivotal furniture, furniture, the diversity, furniture, pivotal furniture, furniture, the diversity, furniture, pivotal furniture, furniture, the diversity, furniture, pivotal, the diversity.
The Democrats and the fake news media want to constantly talk about, oh, President Trump is a convicted felon. Well, you want to know something? The man that I worship is also a convicted felon. And he was murdered on a Roman cross.
Donald Trump, he's awful.
President Trump is joining some of the most incredible people in history being arrested today. Nelson Mandela was arrested, served time in prison. Jesus was arrested and murdered by the Roman government. There have been many people throughout history that have been arrested and persecuted by radical, corrupt governments.
I mean, he contradicts himself almost mid-sentence nowadays.
I reclaim my time. In my time, that man does not deserve to have a license. As a matter of fact, it should be revoked, and he belongs in prison.
This is quite extraordinary.
You all too. I worship God, and Jesus is my Savior. I don't worship President Trump, and I'm really sick and tired of the bull.
It's hard to deal with constantly from the Democrats. So that's what we just went through in there. And then they're sitting there making attack my character all day long.
You all too.
But yet we can't say, oh, they're attacking my character.
Donald Trump, he's awful.
They convicted President Trump of 34 state felony charges. The state of New York is the one that carries on and continues crime and violence and corruption.
I mean, he contradicts himself almost mid-sentence nowadays. Donald Trump, he's awful. I mean, he contradicts himself almost mid-sentence nowadays.
You all too.
This is quite extraordinary.
I worship God, and Jesus is my Savior.
This is quite extraordinary.
You all too.
This is quite extraordinary.
I worship God, and Jesus is my Savior. You all too.
This is quite extraordinary.
You all too.
This is quite extraordinary.
You all too. I worship God, and Jesus is my Savior.
This is quite extraordinary.
Well, the mistakes would be that a lot of people, for instance, say you should have been softer. But I was under siege by people that were very dishonest. If I was soft, I wouldn't be talking to you right now. Believe me, I wouldn't have been able to finish out one of the most successful terms as president, to a point where it was so successful that I'm leading by 50 points right now. You know, I mean, that wouldn't have happened. The mistake would be people. I mean, I wouldn't have put a guy like Bill Barr in. He was weak and pathetic. I wouldn't have put Jeff Sessions in. There are some people that I wouldn't have put in. You know, most people were good. But I had some people, we had Esper, I didn't like him, he was incompetent, I think.
There are too many coincidences to ignore. I find it very interesting that Roger Kimmel on the board of directors of PG&E is also vice chairman of Rothschild, Inc. What a coincidence it must be that Governor Brown signed a bill protecting PG&E and allowing them to pass off the cost of fire responsibility to its customers. It must also be a coincidence that fires are burning in the same projected areas that the high-speed rail project is to be built. And what are the odds that Feinstein's husband, Richard Bloom, is the contractor to the rail project? Then oddly, there are all these people who said they saw what looked like lasers or blue beams of light causing the fires in pictures and videos. Solar space generators collect the sun's energy and then beam it back to Earth. If they're beaming the sun's energy back to Earth, I'm sure they wouldn't ever miss a transmitter receiving station, right? Question mark, exclamation point, exclamation point. What would that look like anyway? A laser beam? Or light beam coming down to Earth? I guess. Could that cause a fire?
Save the children. Most important thing is what's happening to our children. The infiltration of our education system and the abduction of our children. Over 800,000 a year go missing in the United States alone. They are taking so many of them and torturing them for adrenochrome. And people don't know what adrenochrome is, but you can look on Alibaba.com and find out what that is. They talked about it on the Ellen DeGeneres show, Sandra Bullock. And they were laughing and joking about the fact that they were using it to stay young and healthy.
Money talks, and that's just it.
I think he made America better as far as jobs and people working and our economy and our general atmosphere of brotherhood and getting along. Let's not kill each other and go crazy about each other. I don't feel like that was his attitude at all.
And do you think that's President Biden's attitude?